Hello everyone, welcome to Science Tech Day. Today I'm going to take you through fuse. Now, fuse, how do you understand the term fuse? Fuse, this is an electronic component which we always use at our home. So when I define the term fuse, how do someone understand a fuse? A fuse is simply a metallic wire which is made to melt when the flow of the current is high or is much. So for it, when the flow of current is higher than the limit, it breaks the circuit. Then at the end of the day, it will protect your appliances. For example, when maybe you are using your TV at home, maybe you are charging your thing, it will at least protect your appliances, your expensive appliances which you use at home. So when we talk about this fuse, we should also know how is this fuse made up. Now how this fuse is made up. Fuse is made up of a body. So the body is in most cases is made of a plastic or a glass or ceramic. So that's how the fuse is. Then secondly, it also has a terminal which is in both ends. It's on the right hand side and also the left hand side. That's where the terminals are. We should also talk about the wire. That's the wire which is inside. So this is the wire which breaks or melts when the current flow is too much or when it exceeds its limit. So it breaks or it melts. Then after melting, it will break the circuit. Then at the end of the day, your appliances is going to be protected. Let's go direct to the types of fuse. So when I talk about types of fuse, we have different types of fuse, and mostly this fuse we always use them at our home. We use them in our businesses. We use them even where we are working. This fuse is there, but you might be not knowing because it's in plugs which we use. There are some plugs which is built in, and we also have switches which has inside it. It also have fuse inside it. You might be not knowing that it's there, but it's there because this protect our appliances which we use, for example, TVs, computers, and so on. So let's go direct to different types of fuse. We have rewirable fuse. So rewirable fuse, this one is replaceable. So there's also another one which is called a cartridge fuse. Now for a cartridge fuse, it's at least reliable than rewirable, because for it has its limit, and for it can at least break, and you can know the amount of amps or the amount of the current which has to flow onto it. Then let's go direct to, again, we have another one which is called HRC fuse. Now for this one is mostly used in big industries, and for it's more reliable than any other fuse, because for it can contain too much power and it can allow much current to flow through. So for it's more reliable. We also have the automobile fuse. Now when we talk about this automobile fuse, what do you understand by automobile fuse? Now this automobile fuse is mostly used in vehicles, in cars. So people's cars always use this automobile fuse. So it helps them to protect their cars very well from blowing or getting any sort of circuit. Because when there's a problem, when there's a problem, the fuse will break and melt, and then after it will break the circuit. Hence, it will protect our appliances. So when we go direct to the importance of this fuse and how does it help us in our day-to-day life, you might be not knowing that this fuse helps, but in the other hand, this fuse helps much. First of all, this fuse help protects our appliances. How does this protect our appliances when it's there? Because when there's overflow or overload of power, this fuse, the wire which is inside the fuse, melts, and then after it melting, it will break the circuit. Then hence, it protects our appliances. Secondly, this fuse can also protect our life, we people who use, because now when it at least protects the amount of current which flows through it is lesser, and it can also protect our appliances at home from getting blown off, getting problems, and getting damages. You have to know that. Now, thirdly, we also have this fuse also is very simple and very reliable. In that, when I talk of simple and reliable, for it's costly, it's not very expensive, and it's very simple. And secondly, for it can be used anywhere, and it can protect our appliances which we use at home from blowing or from getting any damage. We have also to talk about the polarity. Does fuse has the polarity, or it doesn't have the polarity? But what I can tell you, fuse is non-polarized, or it has no polarity. When I talk of the polarity, fuse, you can put it anywhere. You can either put it in neutral, or you can put it in live wire. But it's better for you to use it in live, because when it breaks or when it melts, all the appliances will stop working. But when you use it in neutral will not stop all the appliances. There will be a linkage of live which will go direct to your appliances. Then at the end of the day, it's going to spoil your appliances. So you have to know that a fuse is non-polarized, but better you have to use it in live wire in case you are wiring your fuse. Yes, we are also going to talk about the power rating of the fuse. Now, how do they rate the power of this fuse? You have to first of all read the labels of this fuse very well before you replacing, in case you want to replace the fuse, or you want to use it anywhere. So the labels of this fuse is always put in the body, or is always printed in the body of the fuse. So in most cases, we have fuse which has 13 amps, which has 10 and 13 amps. And we also have a fuse which has 5 and 6 amps. Then we also have that one of 3 amps. Now the one of 3 amps, those are the ones which we use in our chargers at home. We use them in small appliances. We have that one of 5 to 6. That one is the medium. For it, at least it's having 5 and 6 amps. And we always use this one at our home, and in most of our appliances we have this one. We also have that one of 10 or 13 amps. That one also we mostly use it in our home. We use it for cooking, microwaves and so on. That's one, it's used in microwaves and so on. Then the other one of 5, 6, I told you, that one can be used in computers, routers and so on. Then the smaller one, it's used, that one of 3 amps, it's used in our chargers and so on. So you have to know that this fuse here, they work according to its rating. So in case your fuse is having 10, let me say 13 amps, when you want to put in a wire, or when you want to replace a wire, or to have a wire, you have to have a wire which is matching with the size of the fuse. So when you use a wire which is again stronger than the fuse, or is higher than the capacity of the fuse automatically it's going to be blown off. So when you are choosing a wire, you have to get a wire which is actually equaling or lower than the capacity of the fuse. So that you have to understand that. Thank you. So I think that's what I have for you today. I thank all of you for watching our YouTube channel, but I advise you to also comment on our comment section in case you have any question, and you should also like our channel and follow us for more videos. Thank you.